All right, next submission from guard is one of my personal favorites. Not really in the curriculum, and it's a big catch wrestling move. No one ever taught it to me. I just started finding it on my own, and then eventually found it on the internet. And people call it the snare. The catch wrestlers call it the snare. So check it out. A lot of times this one happens, as I'm playing my guard here, and I try and stuff here. A lot of times, like, I might get his hand stuffed, but as he starts to drive his weight into me, for whatever reason, I wasn't able to get my arm up or my leg up all the way around his neck here, and you end up more around their arm or their shoulder here. That's okay, because if you use your other leg in conjunction and he drives his weight forward here, that creates a good lock. And I'm going to slide my knee down and push his head away here, and slide my hand through this little hole. And once you have that, you have a snare. So I'm levering my forearm, pushing his neck away, gable grip, and cranking my grip down. So it's kind of, depending on how you get them, it may be a shoulder lock, it may be like a bicep slicer here, and it's just general torture. So also, if he drives his weight forward more and you end up losing, you end up more with like the wrist controlled here, that's okay. Get like a figure 4 here, and then I just want to make more of an angle and crank down. Again, you have to lever against their chin, crank down on the shoulder and drive your elbow up. And then modified snare here. If he pulls his arm out, you have standard Kimura, 100%, getting out. Yeah, you can finish with this one. And then, if he brings his arm all the way in, playing different attacks. So the snare, it's opportunistic catch move, but I like to use it against big guys that like to come in, big guys that like to try and just, barrel past your guard, like guys that like to pressure pass all the time. Because I got the guy that scoops an arm and he wants to throw this thing up. I'll give him a false sense that he can do that. Before he gets my hips off the ground, I crunch down and start hitting my angle. And I look to lock him up here. Every now and then you'll get lucky and catch him with 2 arms in like this, and then you can get a really nice isolated lock. His arm over here is locked up, and this one is. But more often than not, this arm will be free. Go ahead, take this one out. Yeah, and you just got to use either a figure 4 or just a modified, like I'm bringing my heels to like a guard here, but make sure you keep your knees pinched super tight. And there's a lot of opposing leverages here. So I'm basing against his bicep here, locking up, but then this part, the radius is cranking down on his shoulder. Boom, grip, basing on his face, his chin here, and then driving his chicken wing high while cranking my bottom elbow low. And then if he gets his arm free, there's more attacks to follow, right? So the snare just plays back and forth with your Kimura game, your armbar game, your triangle game. And so it's just a nice thing to know when any of those aren't working out, I find the snare. Check it out.